So in this chapter we take a look at configuring and using Instant Track. Instant Track's one of the new features in Myriad 3.5, and we've added a few more pieces of content since the previous chapter, just added a few more songs, also added a few dry sweepers in here as well. So we're going to use those for Instant Track. So Instant Track, it is useful whether you have an auto track database or whether you don't and you don't want to do any scheduling at all. If you don't have a auto track or a music scheduling database, then you need to set all the details in with the cart here. So if we just click on edit again, loads up our smooth edit, and we go back to these areas that I explained in earlier chapters, the content type and the music category. So we've set that it's music, and then in the music category here we've said that it's an A-list song. And then if we move to the next one, we can see here that this one is music but in the dance category. And then our final one here, we can just show you here, music, but it's in pop. And so we can use these music categories to make up a little running order, little playlist of songs that take songs from certain categories. So then, the best way is to show you in the pad, because the pad can make up a little instant track playlist for us. And so we can do that by clicking on this button down here. This is the instant track, and it says there's no items in your database. Would you like it to be filled with the categorized carts on our audio wall? Because this is the first time that we've done it, so we say yes please. Goes through the audio wall and takes a look at all the categories. 12 carts have been added to the database, so we're okay on that one. So that brings up our instant track settings, and we're here. We choose it. If choosing an hour for the scheduled log, use this mode, auto fade. You can also go in there and do live assist or automation. Leave that on auto fade for the moment because we're just actually making a list for over here. We can say whether or not we want each instant track selection to start with a certain cart number. You can also say choose at least X minutes worth of items. So we've only got 12 items here, so I'm going to say choose 20 minutes worth of items. So then down here, this is where the music categories come up. So it's taken a look at all of our songs, and we've got a count of how many songs we've actually got here. And down here we can say basically which categories of songs that we want to appear in our little running order, our 20-minute running order. So we could say that we don't want any dance tracks whatsoever, just by clicking on the X here. And then we can say we want a bit more pop. We only want, not so many A-list songs and not so much rock. But we're okay on the pop and the R&B, so it's going to pick the most from those categories. Obviously, we haven't got that many songs here at the moment. So then down here, we can choose an item from whichever we've set as links. At the moment, the only items that we've got in there are sweeps, those dry sweepers on our jingles page. So here you can say to stick an item in from sweeps every 2 items. So that's every 2 songs that it's going to stick a little sweeper in. And down here we can also say to avoid choosing items from the same artist within 15 items. So that's roughly sort of an hour and a quarter. But because we don't have that many artists at the moment, we're just going to take that one off. We don't mind too much about that one. Now, this is a custom setting. We could choose to save this setting as a preset, but we're okay on that at the moment. So just go ahead, click on OK, and then it goes off and picks out our songs from what's available. And it's picked out 23 minutes 43, so just over the 20 minutes that we asked, and it's stuck in the dry sweeper every 2 songs. So then what we're going to do here is we're going to save this for later use. Because it's picked our list, we can click on the floppy disk here, and we're going to save this. We're going to say this is our 20-minute playlist. 20 minutes playlist, and we're going to click on save there, and then that's saved for us, and it's saved in our user profile. So if we were to move machines, we'd be able to get hold of that again because we logged in as guest here, so it's saved it under guest. And so that is how we can do that. We can then go ahead and play that pad But what we're actually going to do in the next chapter, we're going to use what we've saved here in our log, we get in our pad, and we're going to load it into our log and use that to do a little bit of automation, also a little bit of live assist too. But that is Instant Track.